set the dough. Speak your mind, you give the flow. Tell the truth if it's sweet or sour, cause the hour we spittin' that fire.
Hello everyone, this is Spittinfire coming with another one. So we call this segment a Trouble Trio. We got Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, and Kanye West. Now we know that Kanye West and Kim Kardashian has been going back and forth for many months now, especially when she filed for divorce back in February 2021. However, they have separated since then, and they are now newly declared separated, okay? Legally separated, where she has her last name and he has his. Now, Kim Kardashian went on to start dating Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson is an SNL star who repeatedly mocked Kanye West when he had a meltdown on the show about 4 or 5 years ago, all right? And now Kanye West had some words back and forth with Kim Kardashian, really questioning her parenting and the things that she is doing. Recent last rant that he went on social media was that Kim Kardashian had North on a TikTok, and he had some concerns about that. And being that both of them are high-profile celebrities, I can understand why he has some concerns about social media with his children, because social media can be very dark place for kids, and it's a way where they can bully them and things of that nature. I know myself being a parent, I didn't allow my daughter to have social media until she was at least 16 years old, okay? Because I wanted to make sure that she was close to being an adult where she could be able to have social media for social sites and have social communication with other people and being able to control it a little bit better. But children of North age, I just think that it can be very problematic. However, there is a however in that sentence. Kim Kardashian seemed to not know how to co-parent with Kanye West, considering the fact that her mother, okay, raised them by herself after the demise of their father, and she did brand each and every last one of her daughters. Some say pimping, but I say branding, okay, because she made them multi-millionaires. Now, there was some issues going on between Kim Kardashian again and Kanye West. But then Pete Davidson stepped in because he said he did not like the way that Kanye was treating Kim Kardashian, and saying that he is lucky to even have her being the mother of the children, and that he has not met anyone that is a better mother than Kim Kardashian. And he was not going to continue to let Kanye treat them this way. Well, my take on it is that there is no them. You mean Kim and the kids? Because you don't have a say in that. Legally, they're still married. That's their kids. And you should not have dealt with her until she had that book closed. One of the things that I do not like about Kim Kardashian, and Kim, you have a problem with doing this. You did this with the last few husbands that you had. You do not declare or have a finalized divorce before you move on to the next man. And now that you have children, you need to be very careful, especially when one who has issues, okay? And you already have the father-heavy issues. So you really need to minimize that as much as possible, because that can be a disaster waiting to happen either way it go. All right. You move on too fast. And now that you have children, you need to put their well-being and welfare first before your own, because this is not the first marriage to where it was coming to an end. And before the divorce was finalized, you had went on and started dating someone else. It's a pattern with you. Okay. You got yourself in that situation with these marriages. Okay, and it's your responsibility to wait and get yourself out of this marriage until it finalizes, however long it takes. Now, here is what happened a few years ago on SNL. Let's get it going.
Last week, Kanye West performed on the show, and afterwards he gave an unplanned speech to the audience in support of Donald Trump. Here with his reaction to Kanye's speech is Pete Davidson.
First off, a lot of people thought Che should be the one to talk about Kanye, but we discussed it, because Che's black, but like I'm crazy, and we both know which side of Kanye is at the wheel right now. So, off to a good start. So speaking strictly for myself, what Kanye said after he went off the air last week was one of the worst, most awkward things I've ever seen here. And I've seen Chevy Chase speak to an intern. And we all had to stand behind him, and here's what it looked like. So like,
That inspires me.
I'm like on the left. I'm like, oh God. And then I'm like, I want a career, so I leave. So Kanye was wearing a MAGA hat. That's what it's called. It's stupid. Yeah. And he started by saying people backstage tried to bully him into not wearing it. He wore it all week. Like nobody told him not to wear it. Like I wish I bullied you. I wish I would have suggested that. You know, it might upset some people, like your wife or every black person ever. You know, I wish someone bullied me into not wearing this hat. Can you imagine that T-shirt was the second stupidest thing I was wearing? Then Kanye said that Democrats broke up black families with welfare, and that's slavery is not real. Do you know how wrong about politics you have to be for like me to notice? You know how annoying that is?
Now, Kim, another thing. I find it to be very messy and troubling, again, that you would actually date a guy where your husband at the time had a meltdown on the show, and that this man repeatedly made fun of your husband, and then you turned around and date the guy. And I'm thinking that you doing that to secretly mess with Kanye, to go after a man that made fun of him when he was going through his mental struggles, especially when he went through a rant on SNL when he was telling people why he wear a MAGA hat and why Trump should be in office and all this and that. I think that is messy. I think that it shows who you are, and I don't think no one broke that down. But on Spittin' Fire, I'm going to notice it, okay? I'm going to notice the fact that you went with a man, you started dating a man that actually made fun of your husband, and now that you and him having some issues, and now that he is not allowing you, because Kanye is not going to allow you to sit up there and do what you want to do with his kids. He's going to remind you constantly that they're not your kids, that they are you guys' kids, and they're his too. And he has some issues about how the court system favors the parents more than the dad, like one parent more, like the woman versus the man, okay? And we're going to listen to that, all right? Because it can be problematic. I think that if it's going to be co-parenting, it needs to be 50-50, because kids need their fathers just as much as they need their mother. So let's take a listen at what Kanye had to say pertaining to the courts being favorable over women than they is men.
I thought it publicly for a year and a half. I've been dragged, and how she's not my wife. She don't have her last name. And now he texting me, talking and bragging about how he's in bed with my wife. And I'm like, well, who's watching my children if he's texting me bragging about being in bed with my... He leans towards the mom. But right now, and I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with.
Okay, so Kim Kardashian has all that to go through, and she has to deal with Kanye, and he's the father of her children. I just think, in my opinion, my unsolicited advice, yes, I'm going to give it because this is Spittin' Fire, and that's what the fuck it do. Okay, one of the things I think that Kim Kardashian need to do is to know that it's okay to take a while not to date in between divorces or relationships. I think all the Kardashian women can understand that not dating and getting some soul searching is good. All right, thank y'all for listening to Spittin' Fire. Until we give an update or what else is going on with these two, you can find it here on Spittin' Fire. Thank you for tuning in to Spittin' Fire. Fire out.